So right now it is April 7th, and I my cousin yesterday said he wanted to have a haircut with me, and told me to meet him up at around 12 noon, which is earlier than my wake up time. So that explains how sleepy I am right now. It's 11:30 a.m. I actually set the alarm twice on 10:30 and 10:40 respectively, except the bathroom's fucking occupied. And when I tried to go out and eat some sort of food, my mom's dancing, so I can't eat food. I'm just so fucking angry right in the fucking morning. Hong Kong is like a fucking wasteland now. And I need to go out, and I don't know if this is like the right thing to do, to eat lunch outside. It's a little crazy, right? You're going to eat lunch under the outside atmosphere in the world. It's a little risky, it's a little risky, and I don't know. I'll still do it. I'll drink as many vitamin C, vitamin B tablets as I want. I'll rub as much alcohol as I want. I'll wear shades when I eat. I don't care. I'm gonna skip breakfast and just go to the lunch, I guess. And then tonight I'll sleep earlier. Fuck, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. Yesterday I slept at 4. I don't know why is time such a scary ass mother looking thing to me. Like, I don't know. So I guess I have to keep track of that. I also didn't finish chemistry post mock 1 if you are curious, as well as mathematics 2016 paper 2. So I want to finish those today. But actually, originally in the schedule, I'm supposed to finish Chinese as well. Some Chinese past papers, but I guess I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I won't have time today. I don't know. Either way. So as you can see, I got a haircut. But you know what am I looking at right now? Okay, so um, today in the middle of the haircut, I was looking at my phone and suddenly I saw another motherfucking purple spot on my phone. And it's not the first time, it's not the second time, it's not the third time, it's the fourth time. Now, the last time I had the purple spot, it was August 2018. And then the previous time, it's late June 2018. And then the first time is actually late May 2018. So this is the first time I've had the purple spot problem, aka the phone cancer, for I'd say 8 months ish, over half a year. So, of course, I was quite shocked and surprised when I saw the spot, and I was also somewhat anxious because it's already been a while. And me and my cousins were having a haircut, and immediately and mid haircut, okay, when my cousin was getting a haircut and it's not my turn yet, I called my mom and told her that I don't have the money. You know what? I'm near the central, not the central, but I'm in the district right now where there is a Samsung fixing center. So I was like, you know what? Immediately after the haircut, I'm gonna bring this phone to the Samsung fixing center, and but I don't have the money. So I called my mom, and hopefully my mom can give me the money for the fixing, which I am incredibly ashamed about because I, I'm wasting money. Okay, I'm wasting money for nothing. I don't understand what happened to my phone. Maybe it's because I put my phone in my pockets, and sat with my phone in my pocket, in my pants, which apparently somehow breaks the phone or applies too much pressure on the phone, causing this problem once a motherfucking again. But anyways, we arrived at the Samsung fixing center, and we went to the counter and I said, my phone has the purple spot. And I think the screen needs some replacing. And the guy said, yes, you can give it to me, but there's a chance that all the data in your phone will be completely wiped out. And I was like, yeah, okay, can you tell the fixer of, can you tell the fixer to try not to wipe everything out from my phone? And, this conversation has been had for 3 times already, but every time the data is not wiped out. Every time it's still fine. So I'm pretty sure that they will not wipe out all the data again. So I was like, okay, fine. I'm just gonna give you guys the phone. Just try not to wipe out all the data, and I'm pretty sure that they won't because it didn't happen in the last 3 times. And then my mom came in and said, you should go back home and back everything up. Just back up all your photos and videos and audios and contacts and notes as well. And the guy said, well, and then I said, no, I don't think I need to do that because in the last 3 times when I had the same exact problem, the data in my phone is not wiped out. And then the guy at the counter said that actually, if you want us to not wipe out your data, you can pay us extra money. And I speculated that maybe the last 3 times I gave them my phone and I had to pay is because of the fact that the data is not wiped out. So now I have a very devastating dilemma, and that is now I can give them the phone and pay them extra money and get back the phone real quick in one piece. But I am wasting my money for nothing in case that the data is indeed not wiped out. Or I can take my phone back home, back up everything, which will take a lot of time and a lot of effort. And then I give my phone to them tomorrow and tell them to fix it and then give it back to me. But in that case, it'll take longer time for me to receive my phone and to fix my phone. B, it'll take so much more time and effort for me to back up everything and then put everything back onto a completely empty new phone. So I was at a bit of a dilemma here. So and in case for option 2, when I receive my phone back, all the data is still in my phone, then all the backing up, it's all pointless. So would I rather waste my money or would I rather waste my time and effort? So at the end, I chose I'd rather waste my time and effort because I'm poor and I'm nearly broke. So that is why I'm holding my phone right now, and the cancer is still spreading exponentially because 4 hours ago it's only yay big, and now it's this big. This big. So I am fucking worried. Alright. So right now it's April 8th, 1:30 p.m. A good 1/3 of my screen is already non-visible, and at least half of my screen is covered in purple. And later on I'm gonna go to the Samsung fixing center and give them my phone, and then wait a few hours and then go back there and take my phone, and hopefully they don't charge me that much, and hopefully they'll keep all my data. Uh, you know, yesterday was probably one of the worst days of the year so far. Not the worst though, not the absolute worst. The absolute worst day of the year so far has to be January 1st. But this year isn't really a great year either. So, every day can be a bad day. Anyways, I finished chemistry mock paper 1. I uh yep. And I'm gonna do math today. And I'll also do some Chinese if I have time. Also some LS if I really, really have time, but I doubt that. Yeah. Just, you know, hopefully I can, hopefully I can survive this. Okay, so right now it is April 10th. It's about to be 2 p.m. And I think we are a couple weeks away from the DSEs, and if I have to start working my ass off and revising like crazy, now is the time. So yesterday, I was I really had nothing to do. I don't have my phone, and I I was feeling lost and lonely and bored throughout the entire morning. I was gonna wake up for my maths trial exam number 5, even though I didn't do 2 and 3 because I didn't know there were. But I didn't have my phone. If you can recall, my phone is at the Samsung fixing center. So I tried to set an alarm on my laptop, but it didn't go off, or maybe it did, but it didn't wake me up. So later on, my mom woke me up at around 9:30 a.m. And I was supposed to wake up at 8 a.m. And my mom woke me up at 9:30 a.m. saying, "Hey, don't you have an exam right now? Like at 9:30?" And I'm like, "Well, it's already too late." And I thought if I should catch up or should I just ignore it? And I ended up ignoring it. I kept on sleeping until 11 a.m. because I thought, there's no point in, working super fast and doing math super fast and I guess trying to do an exam if I can, do it myself and check it myself. Anyways, I did the paper too. I did the multiple choice questions. It was kind of tough. I don't know if it's because my mind wasn't in the right place or not, but I only got 33 out of 45, which is not that disappointing, but neither is it all that great. I thought I could do way better. And then afterwards, it's just I was just jumping back and forth on using my laptop and not doing anything, daydreaming, staring into the air, talking to myself. Just back and forth. I didn't even have the motivation to have lunch anymore. Well, it's not like I have the motivation before, but now even less. I'm always not. I love food, but I don't know why. But lately, I just don't. I'm not that interested in having food. I'm just not all that interested. Maybe it's because I've been doing it for 18 years now, and I'm kind of tired of doing it, which is weird. But it's like. So I was waiting for the phone call. I asked my mom. I said, "Hey, maybe they already finished fixing my phone. Maybe it's already finished." And my mom's like, "Nope, we gotta wait for the phone call. They're gonna phone us. They're gonna call us once they finished it." So we were waiting, and I was waiting and waiting, but I suspect that they already finished fixing this phone, but didn't call us because either they forgot or it's not in the protocol. So I called the Samsung fixing center myself, and they said it's already finished. So I was kind of pissed. So I immediately changed my clothes and stormed out of the apartment and ran all the way, took the MTR and all the way to the Samsung fixing center. I got back my phone. I forgot to take the bill with me, but I have an ID card now, so they gave me my phone back, and I got my phone back, and I left. And that's basically what happened. I also walked around because my mom said that there are stores nearby that sells protective, protective layers, protective screens on the phone. So I walked around trying to look for it, but I didn't. So I ended up going back home, and I got back home. My phone, everything's still inside, and I had to pay $850 Hong Kong dollars, which is about 120 US dollars, I think, 110 ish, which is quite the motherfucking expensive. But still, all my stuff is inside, so all the hard work that I poured out for backing up the stuff in my phone, they're all pointless, they're all wasted, which is a little maddening, but hey, better safe than sorry, am I right? But luckily, everything's still inside in my phone. The data is not wiped out, it's safe. And actually, I forgot to mention why didn't we pick up the phone 2 days ago at night, because 2 days ago at around 2 p.m. I went to the Samsung Fixing Center to give them my phone. So theoretically, I should be able to go back at around 8 p.m. and pick up my phone, and voila, all in one day. But something happened. So my mom told me to not go out again because every time I go out, every time I get back, I need to take a shower for safety reasons. And my mom said, hey, my dad can pick up the phone for me. My dad arrived at the Samsung Fixing Center, and the guy said the phone isn't fixed yet because the components in the phone isn't actually Samsung, which is shocking because the last time this phone is fixed, I didn't know that. And yeah, well, long story short, the last time my phone got fixed, the last time my phone broke, I think either my dad or my mom, I think my dad took it to a place to fix it, and I thought my dad took it to a Samsung center, but I guess my dad took it to somewhere else. So the phone was on hold the whole time, and they were trying to call the number that I gave them. And I thought they're asking what is the phone number of this phone. But so I gave them my own phone number. That's why when they called, it didn't work. And I was a fucking dumbass, so my dad gave them his phone number instead. Yeah. Anyways, that is the story of how I broke my phone and got my phone once again for the fourth time. I was gonna do physics yesterday, but I didn't have time, and I want to sleep earlier, so I ended up sleeping like slightly earlier. Wake up at around 12:40 today. Not very proud of it. But had a good sleep. So yeah, today I'm gonna definitely do the Physics 2015 MCs. I'm gonna, I don't want to do maths again, so I guess I kind of have to omit that. I want to do Chemistry 2017 long questions, but I haven't even finished the Chemistry post Mach 1 MC, so I'm gonna do that as well. Real quick, one sec. And of course, I need to revise Chinese. That is extremely necessary. And I think that's it. I think that's it. There is not much else to talk about, I guess. I wrote a little bit more of my diary, is all. So, I have placed the tablet, and it's gone already. The tablet is gone already. And I'm drinking this stuff. So, I'm gonna finish up Physics 2015 MCs right now, and in the meantime, I have to keep healthy because I'm paranoid as fuck. It's about to be 2 a.m. and I kind of have to sleep. But before I actually, what the heck, before I actually go to bed, I want to do some chemistry, of course. And a little side note here. I was pretty pissed today because of the fact that my brother and my dad just kept on eating food where I don't seem to have a fair chance of getting those food, and it's been happening for years, okay? Like ever since I'm caught up with a thing called school and I'm always busy doing my school work, I don't always have the time to eat food and look for food. But whenever I have time to look for food, they are always missing. And the reason is because my brother, especially my brother, would eat them all, and that is upsetting. So I created out of in the heat of the anger, I turned the creative cogwheels in my brain, and that's a pretty good metaphor. Um, I made some warning signs telling them to leave some food for me. Just leave them. I didn't. It's not like a fuck you sign. I wish I could write a fuck you sign, but I'm not gonna. I want to tell people to leave the food for me. And yes, I've tried taking the food and putting it in my room multiple times, but sometimes they don't come in small packages. Okay, so there's that. Oh yeah, the ultimate exam, DSE. It's not Friday yet. I think I don't know, but it appears that there has been a lot of backlash uh concerning the DSEs about if the government should continue to hold the DSEs on April 24th, postpone it, or straight up cancel it. So there are three options here. And there's been a discussion among us students. And Natalie and Tyrus, the intellectuals, uh, chatted for a couple hours and finally came to a very sound conclusion that they would be choosing option number 3, which is to cancel the DSEs. And in fact, Natalie was such a friggin' intellectual, she decided to make 2 separate Instagram stories writing a very long-winded essay on her rationale behind picking option 3. Pink picked option 2, and for me, all three of the options sucks. I hate all of them, so I can't really choose. Option 1, you keep doing the DSEs on April 24th. Well, first of all, we are risking getting the virus. That is messed up. At the same time, I don't think I have enough time to really turn myself into friggin' Albert Einstein within 13 days. Now, you can delay it, but you still have a slight risk of getting the virus, and you're still super stressed out, Option 3, you cancel it, well, all your effort, all wasted. All the revision exercises, all wasted. And if you sucked previously at school, then you're fucked because the government is going to use your performance at school and not your performance in the DSEs. So I think the option with the least impact is option 2, which is to delay it. And I picked option 2. There's a whole questionnaire thing, and I picked option 2. Well, either way, chemistry time. This pillar fell down like toppled over like a couple days ago, and I was very happy about it. Okay, where are the MCs? I should do more of these, just hand-on videos. Oh my gosh, I need to calculate for this one. I already did the first 4 real quick. 1 sec. CBAB. I gotta calculate for this one. Are you kidding me? Alright. A sample of hydrated nickel sulfate with a mass of 2.287 was heated to remove all water of crystallization. The solid remaining had a mass of 1.344 grams. Alright. Let's get it. Boys, let's get it. 1.344 grams. So, NiSO4, nickel sulfate. Okay. Now. What next? I guess I do this. And then I don't even know if I'm doing the right thing. What the hell am I even doing right now? I don't know. I don't know what the hell am I doing. Six. I'm gonna go with C then. Which of the following statements concerning hydrogen? Oh gosh, darn it! I hate this. It doesn't contain a catalyst. B is correct. C is I have no clue. I guess. So I'm gonna go with A. Hydrogen gas is reduced. Isn't it like... Now I'm just trying to remember it. I may be wrong though. I may be dead wrong. O2 comes in and like I think hydrogen goes in and then OH water comes out because the OH here and then I don't know, something along the lines of that. So when it is being discharged, then shit. Okay, so apparently I'm partially correct. This thing also includes H2 and this is O2 as well. The hydroxide ion goes like this. And the water goes like that. Or something. I don't know. Just look at my notebook. Okay. So it says oxygen gas. I know I'm not supposed to do this, but it's whatever. You know, oxygen gas is supplied to the cathode. The cathode being the negative one. Okay, so wait a second. Then isn't C incorrect? Hydrogen gas is reduced during discharge. When it is discharging, so originally hydrogen is being oxidized. So okay, so D is correct. So it's either A or C. And I don't think it contains a catalyst. So I'm gonna stick with A. But it might be C. Alright, anyways. Okay, 3 more questions. The silver, oh, not another battery question. Silver oxide zinc battery is rechargeable and uses blah 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 chemical change in when the cell is being recharged. So when it is being recharged, it is negative electrodes. So it is the cathode because recharging, so it's an electrolytic cell. If it's the cathode, it's supposed to be reduction, so the electron should be on this side, so it's either A or D. Now the when it is being discharged, zinc is oxidized. Now zinc is reduced, so it is D. I hope I'm right. Copper 2 sulfate solution is electrolyzed using copper electrodes. Which of the following observations are correct? Oh my gosh. Why does it have to be so needlessly complicated? Oh, I'm sitting down. Copper 2. So I guess this is copper 2. Oh, copper 2 sulfate. And then the electrodes are copper. I guess. What the heck? Oh, so I guess it doesn't matter, this one. I just need to know. Cause it's gonna, oh my gosh. Okay, wait a second. Okay, so let's say this is the cathode and this is the anode. This is the anode and this is the cathode. Because of electrolysis. Okay, so anode, cathode, reduction. So copper is right here. Copper goes here. So the cathode becomes thicker. So it's A. It's A. Wait a second. No, gas should be given off at at anode. Wait a second. So you're telling me that there's a chance that hydrogen is preferentially discharged rather than copper? Because no way this gets thinner. Unless anode oxidizing. Well, this actually somewhat makes sense, but it can also make sense if the hydroxide ions are discharged here and they form oxygen and they get released here. So it's either A or C, or well, actually A or D. Because why would the intensity of the blue color fade if it's C? If it's C, then it should be denser, so it's either A or D. So currently it is April 11th, I think, and we are 13 days away from the DSEs, supposedly, unless they decide to delay it, postpone it, or cancel it. So 13 days at this moment. There are a lot of things that I need to do today. One of which is the 2017 chemistry paper, which I've been, delaying to do for a while because I don't have time. But if I do need to do 2017, I'll only do the first paper, which takes about 2.5 hours. Other than that, I would like to do some English because there are subjects that I should not omit and ignore as well. And another thing that that I want to do is biology 2015 electives paper. But I don't know if I have enough time. It's already about to be 2:20 p.m. Other than that, not much, to be honest. No news from the school department, no news from my classmates. If anyone are hanging out, if anyone are having sex, I should know, and if I know, then I would talk about it, or maybe comment about it, or maybe even mention it, but I just don't know. So you know it has been, I think, 34 days since the last day of school, and also 81 days or 82 since January 21st, which is the last official school day. So the last time I saw Mary was 80 something days ago, and that's kind of upsetting. But I still have a bit of hope in my heart, that I can see her again. And if I do, I know what to say. Question 21. Three conducting balls are suspended by insulating threads. Any two of them are found to attract each other if brought close to each other. Which conclusion below is correct? Okay. So, I guess one ball is uncharged while the other two carry like charges. One ball is uh this is kind of uh I don't really know. I don't really know this one. I I'm gonna go with A, because two balls carry like charges and two of them attract each other. Wait, or is that supposed to be unlike charges? I think it's supposed to be B then. Alright. Oh god, not more charges. 2-point charges, negative 4Q and plus Q are fixed as shown, at which point indicated in the figure is the resultant electric field due to these two charges 0. Oh shoot. I think we need to do the is it? I think we need to do this one, right? So I finished correcting my 2015 physics, and I got a 16 out of 33. I'm not kidding. But I'm not that surprised either, because this is extremely difficult. Well, for me, it is extremely difficult, and also I have been rusty. And also, my physics MC score always fluctuates. It kind of goes from like 10 to 23, somewhere in between. And 10 is terrible, but so is 16. Only 48.5%. I deserve to jump off the rooftop for this. And I got more questions wrong than right. I got 17 wrong and only 16 right. And some of them are just guesses. So, I don't know, man. I need to try harder. Yeah. I just looked at the cutoff marks for the MCs. And apparently, if you get 17 out of 33, you're already level 4. You're already level 4 if you get 17 out of 33. It just goes to show how tough this paper is. So I'm a little bit away from level 4, so it's not that bad, I guess. But it's still god-awful, am I right? Alright, I feel pretty good about myself for this question, because I figured it out. Now we have this one. 1 mole of carbon compound X is completely burnt in oxygen and produces exactly 3 moles of water. So 3 moles of water, I don't know how many moles of carbon dioxide. So, plus, I don't know how many moles of oxygen is burnt either. But I know how many, I know that it's, question mark times 2 plus 3 over 2. Am I overcomplicating this? I don't know. And then I know that it's a H6, C something H6. Okay, so I guess my only objective here is to find a molecule that has 6 hydrogen atoms. But1ene, C4H8, so wrong. Butanol or 1-butanol. Yep, I prefer butanol for obvious reasons. That is shoot, butanol. Butanol is 2, 3, 4 OH. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's even worse. So yeah, of course it's propene. Duh, C3H6. Ha ha ha. It may seem like a very complicated question, but I actually figured it out. And I am proud of this, and I need to show you all and brag about this. Anyway, it's 1:30 a.m. now. I finally finished correcting my MCs. I got a 21 out of 36 for chemistry. Post Mach 1, a 58.3%, which is a disappointment. I regressed. But for the long questions, I did pretty well, actually. I got a 68 out of 84, which is pretty cool. It is an 80.95%. And overall, I got an 89 out of 120, which is 74.17%, which is also actually not bad. I think that's like top level 4, bottom level 5. If only I can do my MCs a little better, I can definitely achieve level 5. So this is pretty promising. I'm a little late to my schedule. I'm supposed to be correcting my English, but I guess I'm just gonna skip that. I'm gonna go straight ahead and do some biology right now. If I can't complete the entire biology, at least do half of it. Biology electives I'm talking about. Maybe I should do the biotechnology part first, because usually the homeostasis part is way more difficult. Yeah. Also a little Chinese, of course. I have to. If I don't revise Chinese now, I will not have time. Earlier today, Pink suddenly texted me saying that, oh shit, I only started revising Chinese today. So good luck to her, I guess. But if she doesn't take the DSEs, I don't know, because a couple days ago, I think yesterday, she also told me that if the DSEs are not delayed, she's not gonna attend any of them for the sake of her dogs, her 2 dogs, because she wants to protect them. And if she somehow gets the virus, and her dogs do, dogs have a 90% mortality rate if they get the coronavirus. So Pink doesn't want that. But I digress. I'll do some biology now. I'm not gonna do English. I don't think so. No. Quick alarming call right here. I am out of curiosity. I checked my maths results, my trial exam results, and found out that I got a 70 out of 105 for paper 1, which is kind of garbage. It's kind of garbage. I'm doing pretty poorly, and the last time was 61 out of 105, which is pretty garbage as well. I deserve to get hurt for that. And then I checked my 2 previous mock exams that I did during January. One of them is 64 out of 105. One of them is 74 out of 105 in paper 1, which is both alarming and comforting. It's comforting because, I didn't regress that badly, but it's also discomforting and alarming because I used to do really well, right? Yeah, I used to do really, really, really fucking well. I don't know what happened. And I don't know how am I gonna improve in 12 days. Or actually more than 12 days. Maths is not the first exam. But I'm doing some biology now. It appears that in elective 2015, biotechnology is even more annoying than homeo. So I'm doing homeo right now. and it's already 2 a.m., I'm supposed to go to bed, tune my biological clock, and wake up earlier day by day so that I get the freshest fucking synapses firing full speed at 8:30 a.m. sharp. But I guess uh that will not happen in a while. So I just did the homeostasis part of biology electives 2015 and I got a 14 out of 20. Not that bad. Anyways, it is Chinese time. As you can see, I did pretty poorly. 6 out of 15. But I mean, I've done pretty poorly in Chinese all the time, so you know it's not a surprise. Um, I think um I think I'm good with the true, false, not given ones. These ones I can train myself better, memorize them better, but the real tricky parts are these parts, the long questions. There is no way to predict how are they going to ask us? How are they going to test us? Because sometimes it's a table form and it's a little confusing sometimes. Sometimes it's just a straight up 6 mark long paragraph thing. Okay, so for this one, we need to compare between the six nation, actually the seven nation, the warring states of China in the late East Chao dynasty, and then we have the Northern Song dynasty, about like 1,000 and 200 years later, and we need to make 6 marks from this passage and a little bit here, and apparently when the six nations are up against Qin dynasty, they um so they are going to win if they don't give Qin their land. Um and for Northern Song, oh, I get it now. Some of them didn't give their land. Some I think three of the nations here did not give their land to their enemy. But for the second case, this country gave their land to this country, which is not even like a country, just a region. But you know, of course, it's a country. Duh. What am I talking about? Actually, I did pretty well for this one. 12 out of 19. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. Okay, this is pretty bad. I mean, when they ask you to conclude a situation with 8 words and 4 words plus 2 punctuations, like of course it's tough. I got 1 out of 3 for this. At least I got a mark, but it's mostly the multiple choice questions, and this one. I don't know how did I manage to get a mark from this. I'm not supposed to, I think. I need to raise some examples, but overall, not bad. Now, this is terrible. 4 out of 16. First of all, I only got 2 out of the 5 translation questions right. The single word translations, the sentence translations, not so great either. But not that bad. I mean, the MCs. This one wrong, this one right. Why is this wrong anyways? 4. So apparently it's not using the old to I guess comment on the present using the past. Not really. No. Okay. Now this is shite. I I miswrote this one. I miswrote, like misspell, but in Chinese. I didn't understand the quote of this thing. Where is it? It's, huh? 8 out of 15 for this one. Not good. And then 8 out of 28. Oh, what? Is this real? Is this real? Oh my god. No way. Well, actually, okay, it's real. I think it's real. Huh, but the other one, that other one is 11 out of 21. Still pretty trash. But this is a whole new level of trash. Actually, if you think about it, this is better than 4 out of 16. Yeah, it's actually slightly better. Alright, today was pretty productive. I feel really bad about myself right now, but it's still, I did pretty I was pretty productive. It's already 2:30 a.m. now, and I have to go to bed. Right now, it is April 12th, and I just realized that it's Easter. And you know what that means? That means that I'm once again going to stay in my own apartment doing revision and stuff. So first of all, today, of course, I would like to do Chemistry 2017. I would also want to do some maths because I realize I suck at maths. But for the entire previous hour, I spent an entire hour analyzing my short film script. Now, I'm not going to show you too much, but I kind of want to rewrite my short film script once again for like the 6th time. I have been writing the same script over and over again for 3 years already, and I think I should rewrite it again. My last rewrite, I think is way better than the previous versions. The first 3 versions are clusterfuck. The 4th version is still very clueless. And then my previous version has a bit of a structure, has a bit of momentum, more details, more emotional impact and atmosphere. But lately I've been watching 13 Reasons Why, and I am thinking to myself, hey, maybe my story, because I'm writing a similar story, very similar story, a high school story, which also involve in, mental illness and people overthinking and lies and secrets, is very similar, and I was worried that I may make the same mistakes that the writers of 13 Reasons Why make. And also lately I've been watching video essays and reading stuff about, how to write a better story, how to structure a better story. I watched a video talking about the common mistakes made by film students, saying that if you think that you can put your own experience and turn it into a script, it's going to work out, you're dumb. Because, hey, your story can be inspired by your own experience, but you need to somehow translate it to make it more universal. So, that's what I'm trying to figure out right here. So I have a few scenes here, and these scenes all belong to the first part of my short film. And I realized one thing, and that is the main character is not even likable in the first place. So that alone is a mistake big enough to make this entire short film flop. I need to make the main character likable. I need to bring depth to the main character. Second of all, there are a lot of random scenes here that have no rhyme or reason. I need to either tie them to the theme of this short film or tie them to other key characters of the short film, or both. Which leads over to my third problem with my own short film script. It doesn't have a theme. It just feels like it's doing many things, not really for any particular reason. So I need to implement a theme here, and it's not like a theme that is lies, and then secrets, That's a very lame theme because you can make a bunch of excuses for such a theme. This theme needs to be way more specific, way less vague. And I thought it should be over-analyzing, over-analysis. That should be the theme, to overthink. And how the main character sort of brings a lot of trouble to himself by overthinking, which is definitely a trait that the character has, but I never really, make it a huge trait. And the main character is also terrible at socializing, but instead of, I guess, making him look at people, I feel like I should add a scene where he actually tries, like, makes an effort to actually socialize with people, just to fail miserably. I think a lot of audience members will relate to that. Yeah, it's still incredibly difficult to make every single character in my short film to be interesting. It's incredibly difficult. I mean, to me, of course they are interesting, but to the people, are they though? I don't know. One scene is really awesome. One scene is where a girl answers a question during a class, and it was like this very proud moment for her, and it shows that she's very smart and competitive, almost to a point where it's kind of toxic. So she immediately poses as a threat, but I didn't really follow up that threat. And then we have scenes where another person who leaves the school alone, and that's the scene itself. And I guess that scene shows that that person is a loner, which isn't exactly what I had in mind. Which is terrible. I mean, vague scenes are cool if you're trying to make something atmospheric, but when I'm writing it, a person who's not that skilled, I can't write any vague scenes. Yeah, and this is only part one. I mean, I have many other parts, so I have a lot to write. All right, I finished biology electives 2015. Let me show you the results. Right here, 25 out of 40, 62.5%. I'm satisfied. Hell yeah. But honestly, I'm not strict enough on myself, so realistically, I'll probably get like a 21 or a 22 out of 40. Not that terrible though, but need to get better, of course. For biotechnology, I got an 11 out of 20. There are, mostly, the two big kinds of mistakes I make when doing elective paper is that A, I don't write enough details, B, I simply forgot. Like, there are 3 stages of a PCR, polymerase chain reaction, and apparently there are names for each stage. I remember the first 2, but I didn't know the third one. Apparently it's extension. I didn't know that. Not at all. So yeah, my homeostasis did pretty well, but only because the first question out of the 2 big questions in question 1 in this paper, which is paper 2, is because of the menstruation cycle, and I fucking love the menstruation cycle. Like it's such I won't say it's simple, but it's so easy to just remember how every hormone work and how different things react. It's so easy, and I'm sure everybody who studied this will agree with me. I'm really sure. One thing I do is that I would misthink it, not overthink it, but wrong thinking direction. I would have the wrong thinking direction, like why do you need to supply more blood to muscles during exercises? Well, in comparison to at rest, because not because you need to supply glucose for the muscles, even though it makes sense because respiration, but actually, more importantly, you supply oxygen. Supplying glucose makes sense, but you also need to supply oxygen and remove carbon dioxide. All right, and then another thing that I did is apparently gene therapy is also a kind of recombinant technology, but you don't need all the restriction enzymes and the DNA ligase and all that good stuff. Huh? I don't know. Either way, my friend Natalie told me that she's gonna do a little English writing, a little English revision. I want to do that too because I've been omitting a lot of English and a lot of maths. I feel like I should not omit them. So tomorrow I'm gonna do some English. Right now I'm gonna check out some Chinese and then I'm gonna take a rest. So I I'm about 1 hour late than my schedule, but I have I've printed it. So I wanted to sleep earlier today. Maybe I should take sleeping pills. I don't know, but either way, I will try my best to go to bed at around 2:30 a.m. And right now it's almost 12:30, and I know for a fact that I will not be able to finish the entirety of the chemistry paper, which is kind of problematic because I low-key want to put a time limit on myself, but I guess I kinda can't, because of time constraints. 2.5 hours from now, it's 3 a.m. Plus, I also want to look at my maths and then check out a little Chinese. So I don't think this will be possible. Now I have two options. Either I save this for tomorrow and time myself and do the complete paper. I do something else right now. Like I'm gonna do my maths, I'm gonna check out my Chinese and maybe do something else, and then leave this for tomorrow. Or I do half of this now. I time it, and I do some other stuff, and then I go to bed. I know I'm going off rails right now, totally off my schedule, but I feel like I should leave this for tomorrow so that I can time it and do the complete thing within 2 hours and 30 minutes. Cuz I mean it's not like I always run out of time during doing chemistry, but still it's important to add that time limit. It's important to give myself pressure. So I guess I should do some other thing. Maths, Chinese, and some other thing.